Right, Assassin's Creed 4, Ubisoft's latest historical errand simulator, I presume. It doesn't seem as bad as Assassin's Creed 3. I'm pretty sure you're not playing as Forrest Gump in this one, meeting every single historical character ever. Right, so this is the loading screen. The reason I've done this video actually is because of the frame rate problems with it. I've got a GTX 780, overclocked it. It's about Titan performance. So this is the first little town that you get to. You'll notice it's running about 60 frames a second in the alley. That's great. VSync's off, so I assume the game limits itself to about 60. Won't go higher than that. Running along the rooftops, start to see drops to about 50 frames a second. With VSync on, this looks absolutely horrendous, by the way. Screen splitting all over the place, to the point where I've turned it off. Even Nvidia's adaptive VSync doesn't really seem to solve it very well, which it does in every game. And then this little rooftop here, which is a bit of a comparison spot. So with shadow play on, you lose about 2 frames. So it's running about 50 frames a second in this heavily detailed market area. Well, it turned out I wasn't using the latest drivers. GeForce Experience failed me in that sense. So I downloaded the newest ones, presuming I would get better performance. If we whiz through this little loading room where the game can actually manage 60 frames a second. I think that the recording software has been slightly bugged by the update, so that's why my GPU is using 3 million percent. The FPS count was still accurate there, because I ran this a couple of times. So roughly same way that I got there, doesn't really matter, I'll get to the same spot. Can see we're not really hitting 50 frames a second even with this update, so either nothing's happened or it hasn't really helped whatsoever. Looking again at this incredibly intense market area, truly rivals anything that Battlefield 4 or Crysis 3 have to offer. Just absolutely hammering the graphics card. So there's a little bit more visual information including it there, so 41 frames a second. If we arrive over there, the thing that you'll notice is it's actually running roughly 3 or 4 frames slower with the latest drivers. All the graphics settings on high. Back to the gameplay. I reloaded it just to check. Roughly the same. You'll notice that the GPU usage and things is actually correct now, so I reloaded the game. Have a look at that. This is with all the settings on full, but to be honest, for a console game, it's nothing particularly demanding. Lovely little glitch on the church there in the background when it's loading the other level of detail up. That's really nice. Yeah, so hugely disappointed in Ubisoft again. It's pretty much every single game that they make, they seem unable to make it work on the PC, which you think would be the lead platform. Obviously isn't. But then again, it's not like the PlayStation 4 version's working properly. I think as of this morning, they released a patch to get it running in the full resolution, but even that game, they seem to think it's acceptable to release an unfinished product. Essentially, it's kind of, oh, we didn't get it done on time. We'll just finish it later. You guys buy it. You give us the money for it, which is just it's not really on. The weather effects do look nice, but again, running around here, 48, 50 frames down to 40 frames a second is not really the experience that I thought you'd be getting out of the game, especially not with a 780. I presume it's just optimization problems, although it's not as bad as Far Cry 3, which didn't even run at 100% GPU when that came out, so it's just a waste of time. Anyway, so that's my little snapshot of Assassin's Creed 4. If you're a PC gamer, probably wouldn't bother getting it, at least not until these issues are sorted out. Thanks for watching.